It was supposed to be invisible, untouchable, a ghost in the sky. But on the night of March 27, 1999, that illusion shattered. A top-secret US stealth bomber, the F-117 Nighthawk, was hunted, targeted, and shot down by an old Soviet-era missile system. How did this happen? Who was the man behind the radar? And how did the pilot survive deep behind enemy lines? Welcome to Historical Stories, where we dive into the untold moments that changed the course of modern warfare. This is the incredible true story of the night stealth was finally seen. Stealth down. How a Nighthawk was hunted. It's the night of March 27, 1999. High above the stormy Serbian countryside, a lone F-117 Nighthawk glides through the dark. At the controls is Lieutenant Colonel Dale Zelko, an experienced US Air Force pilot on a high-stakes mission strike a Serbian command center in Belgrade, a mission deep into hostile territory. Originally accompanied by F-16 Vipers equipped with radar hunting missiles, Zelko is forced to continue alone after poor weather conditions prompt mission command to recall his escorts. From this point forward, he must depend solely on the Nighthawk's stealth technology, designed to render him nearly invisible on radar. The F-117, known as the stealth fighter, is a technological marvel. Despite its 65-foot wingspan, its design reflects radar waves away from ground receivers, making it appear on screens no larger than a tennis ball. For years, this aircraft has flown unchallenged over enemy skies. But tonight, history is about to shift. On the ground, a determined Serbian air defense commander, Lieutenant Colonel Zoltán Dani, is waiting. Dani commands a Soviet-made S-125 Never SAM battery. Though the weapon system is outdated compared to NATO's modern tech, Dani has something else: intelligence. Serbian spies have tipped off their military about the likely flight paths of incoming NATO aircraft. His early warning radar, a decades-old P-18, uses low frequencies that might detect stealth aircraft, though at the cost of high noise from clouds and weather. It's a gamble. Yet, as the system whirs to life, Dani's team stares at the screen, filtering clutter from real signals. Among the storm and static, a single blip appears. Small, faint, but moving with intent. Above, unaware of the eyes now watching him, Zelko prepares his payload. As he approaches the target area, he opens the bomb bay doors, a move that briefly increases the aircraft's radar cross-section. Just enough. Dani sees it, target locked. He orders the SAM radar to activate. Within seconds, two surface-to-air missiles burst from their launcher, screaming into the night sky. Zelko releases his bombs. His target destroyed, he begins to ascend to 20,000 feet. Then, his cockpit fills with alarms. Lock warning. Something's coming. Fast. The Nighthawk isn't built for dogfights or rapid evasions. It has no chaff, no afterburners. If a missile is incoming, the only defense is maneuvering. Zelko banks sharply and climbs. One missile races past, malfunctioning, but the second explodes nearby, its fragmentation warhead shredding the aircraft's left wing. Flames erupt. Alarms scream. The jet spins violently, thrown into a chaotic tumble. G-forces pin Zelko to his seat as the Nighthawk spirals toward the ground. The situation is desperate. Fighting blackout and disorientation, he reaches for the ejection handles. Pull! With a violent jolt, the canopy is ripped away, and his seat launches skyward. For a moment, Zelko thinks the ejection failed, until his parachute deploys, snapping him into a gentle descent. Far below, his burning aircraft crashes in rural Serbia, but he's not safe yet. The descent has made him visible, and worse, his parachute is bright orange, glowing against the stormy night sky. Zelko lands in a field. Quickly, he covers himself in mud and finds shelter in a roadside ditch. Using his survival radio, he sends out a distress call. Mayday! Mayday! Vega 31 going down. The message is received. Help is on the way, but so are the Serbians. News of a downed American stealth bomber spreads like wildfire. Troops, police, even civilians rush to search the countryside. Flashlights pierce the darkness. Dogs are deployed. At one point, a dog approaches Zelko's hiding spot. Knife in hand, he weighs whether to eliminate the threat, but lets the animal go, fearing it would only alert the handler faster. Then, a voice crackles on the radio. Sandy 01, Vega 31, over. It's the rescue team. They're nearby, but Zelko can't respond yet. Patrols are too close. He waits, breath held, then replies, "Yeah, okay, let's go for it." He activates his infrared strobe, a rescue signal, but it malfunctions. The helicopter can't see him. With no time left, he uses a backup flare, lighting up the field with a burning glow, an act that alerts rescuers, but also enemy patrols. "Snuff your flare," the chopper pilot radios. "It's blinding our night vision." Zelko dives to the flare and smothers it with mud. Then, the helicopter touches down. Just as Serbian searchers close in, American para-rescue specialists leap out and rush to him. "How are you feeling, sir?" "Great, now let's get out of here." Seconds later, the chopper lifts off and vanishes into the night sky, with Zelko on board, rescued with moments to spare. The crash was a first, the only known combat loss of a stealth aircraft. Lieutenant Colonel Dani and his crew would later become known worldwide for pulling off the impossible, downing a plane NATO had once considered invulnerable. The US never recovered the wreck. Instead, Serbian forces collected the debris and eventually placed pieces of the F-117 on display in the Belgrade Aviation Museum, where they remain today. In the years that followed, Zelko often said he hoped to meet the man who shot him down, not with resentment, but with respect. That meeting happened in 2011 when the two former enemies finally came face to face. Their conversation was warm, they posed for photos, smiled, shook hands. Two soldiers, once adversaries, now united by the same extraordinary moment in history. Conclusion: in the end, what was meant to be invisible became history. The downing of the F-117 Nighthawk proved that no technology is truly unbeatable, and no pilot is ever truly alone. Against all odds, Lieutenant Colonel Zelko survived, and years later shook hands with the very man who brought him down. From enemies in the sky to a handshake on the ground, this is the legacy of one of modern warfare's most unexpected encounters. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell, because the skies have many more stories to tell. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next story.